Maybe that's what the cows are howling at. It's the moon. And a calf on the opposite side of the creek of the mama. There's a few down that way, and kind of looks like they're scattered all over. As the steers look at me like, come feed us breakfast. No, I'm going to wait a little bit, give the cows a chance to come in. And I kind of thought by now there should be some color to that, especially with a little cloud. But, oh well, it is what it is. Look at that. Jailbird got let out yesterday. Served his time. Becky left a message for the dog control officer. He told her, I don't care if you talk to me or not, just leave me a message. Let me know he's still alive and not acting funny. That's all they want. So, this is what it looks like this morning. And the light just went off. And it's gone now. Interesting. That was quick. About the center of the screen over the little valley there the neighbor's driveway runs up. It was foggy. Till I came out of the house. Interesting. Oh well, you know what I'm going to be doing for a little bit today. And even though there's a few clouds, there's a little bit of a dew, and it may still be setting. It was 56 when I was making breakfast. It's 52 now, so the dew might just be coming. I don't know. I just know it'll be dry in here. I don't know what he's doing there, but he literally stepped across in front of me. Rain, leave him alone. Granny, I don't need him in the shop. He won't survive in there. But he's sitting there waiting like I'm supposed to open the door for him. Either that or he's going to crawl through the crack. Sapphire was standing here waiting for me. Now she got her head in the feeder. Why? Because this one shoved her out of the way. Shoved everybody, actually. Good morning, Sapphire. I was going to give you some loves. What about you girls? You guys want breakfast? Yeah, God knows you always want breakfast. Huh. Yeah, you don't move. You oink. And your eyeball. You still watering, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything in it. Oh, you gonna come say hi? Good morning, Sapphire. Come on. Chicken. Chicken. Oh, look out. Cowboy's gonna come up. He says, this is enough of this BS, girls. Yeah, some scratching. I think you got a work behind your ear, boy. Yeah, there's something there. Okay. Oh, wanted to just tell you, I was looking at their tub that's over there in front of the gate. They're working on it, but I mean, they're not eating. They're not chowing down on it. They're getting what they need. I was actually thinking about calling the gentleman that, oh, that's the wrong knee to step up on, that came up with the concoction for that one. See, it's between him and Sweet Licks. It's based one of their tubs, and then they've added to it. But as long as we've had them out now, even if those were the 250-pound tubs that we were getting, the Purina Rangeland dry cow, they'd already been empty. And these are 120 or 125 pounds. And you can see how full that one still is. And it's not like they're not eating it. They are. But they're getting what they need out of it. And the cows are the same way. So I'm definitely impressed with that. I have not checked the new mineral that the cows are on yet. Haven't checked it for a couple days. Need to, because they might be out by now. I don't know. If they're out by now, they're getting roughly what they should by conversation I had and by what the label says. So Anyway, that's the last I got to feed is these girls, kind of like normal. I know if I tip it down, it's going to frickin' flip. Now they moved. They were trying to eat my boots. Huh. Yeah, you're supposed to sniff right into the lens. That way everybody sees it in your nose hole. It's that far before I had to get off. Tansy. Going to bloom now. I got a pile up here on the other side of the fence. So to make it easier for Becky, I put her over there. All she's got to do is get in with the cows right up here and pick it up. And if you play with this stuff, wear gloves. It is a pretty bad skin irritant. Didn't realize that. Just figured, oh, Ty was let go. Try to get the last one out of my hand. Figured Ty was, just allergic to it. Then I looked it up, and well, no wonder I end up with a rash on my arms when I try to pull it. And if you're barehanded, your hands too. So, she's getting the garbage bag to put that crap in, get it out of here. I don't see any more. Lots of dandelions though. Other than, what do we got here? Let's say I don't see any more, and I find one right here. Good thing I saw it. Something been chewing on that. What it'll do, it's toxic to the liver. And cows, horses, sheep can eat quite a bit of it, but cows and horses can't eat very much. And they generally won't eat it unless it's in the hay. They'll eat around it if it's out here. And all those being tall and bloomed like that means they're 2 years old. Because the first year they're just a rosette. Kind of looked like a dandelion without anything sticking up, just the leaves laying down on the ground. And in crop ground, where you work it every year, it's not supposed to be there, but we've had it show up and up and blooming, even in ground that's worked every year. So I don't know. There's 2 of them going into the double gates into the other hay fields too, nice big ones. And actually, one of them I pulled where I put my pile. That was about 1.5 inches in diameter at the base, and the other one was right in here somewhere, just as big. Crazy. I neglected to get you any video over there because I know how the audio works on my phone in this tractor. Not worth a damn. I got my gate opener down here. That's not the one that my wife gave me. That is the wife. I had to buy that one. Anyway, mower's going good, but my drive line underneath the tongue kind of goobered up. Something happened to the chain at the other end of it. Broke the loop out of the plastic, and the end of the chain's missing, and I don't know where it is. So I unhooked this other end so they wouldn't melt each other together. Now I go see if I can fix that before I go cut for somebody else. See if she'll wave to us. Look at that. There it is. There's his rake. I wish he'd give me a few $100 and that rake so I can use it as a yard ornament. And I'd let him have a decent New Holland side delivery. Because I think he paid more attention this year. It looked pretty decent, but there's still a lot of clumps, as you can tell. I checked this the other day when he thought it was ready. And I didn't go clear back to the trees over here or clear down to the end over there. They're the wettest spots, but halfway back here it was 19-20%. It's too high. This out here was like 12 to 14, which in my opinion is just about right. It's 8% over here, 10% back there. Nice tansy standing there too. He's got a bunch of them. And that's ours across the fence. Fennel grass has pretty much taken over that whole field, so it's not very tall. Makes nice feed, stays green all summer. But you're looking at 2 tons to the acre, maybe 2.5. What he's got in here, I mean, I know there's some because I've seen it, but everything else in here, this stuff should go 3 to 4 tons to the acre. So I'm gonna go home and get a baler. Probably should put fuel in the tractor before I leave. And come over here and hopefully everything works right. And I can avoid plugging. That's the worst thing. I mean, at least it's drier this year. Really the worst thing is when you've got clumps and you get a clump that's got a wet spot in it and it don't go through the baler, and then you're an hour before you're baling again. And you're tired and sweaty and just don't want to deal with the rest of the day. Last year I finished baling this piece for Ty. She started. And then after we had to dig the baler out twice, I let her rest and I finished it up. Oh yeah, and it's fun down here. I can't make that corner. Yeah. Little changes would be awesome. Yeah, I know, I left the outside because coming around a little stub fence, it's kind of hard to make that corner. So I went straight up the guts. It works. And there she is. Massey Ferguson, 1842. 16 by 18 bale. These bales will weigh around 85 pounds. And only one bale to cut that came off the back this year. Kind of nice. Usually when you first start, there's at least 2. I'm not going to argue. I don't know if it didn't trip or what, but ended up with a really long soft one, and the next one was solid, so we only skipped one. And unfortunately, you get these windows in there too close. I mean, I try, but I'm not gonna eat tree. It's not worth it. And of course, drop the bale and away for the next pass. But there's what his hay looks like in a bale. Not bad for getting the tinkle going. Oh, what did he do here? Looks like I gotta figure out what he did. I guess I'll jump over here since there's a gap. Then I'll slow down because I don't want to run that big chunk through all at once. I don't want to ruin my day. It's already been enough of a day. This does not eat it up like the big baler. The big baler in here, we have 3 windrows together at least, and I'd be moving a lot faster. Yeah, lose a windrow, then one comes back up. Well, anyway, sorry, start the post for a while. This is what I'm doing for a little bit. At least it's not too much. I think we made about 80 degrees today. Humidity, yeah, it's 60% right now, and we're 75 degrees. I know it was below 60% earlier, and then these came in. These came in just before I finished up baling. It's all dry over there. It's all running about 8 to 12%. Plenty dry most of it, but baler's backed in because God knows what it's going to do. And I figured I got to close the video anyway. Seriously, absolutely no problems in that field, which it's always a problem field. And I would have got you a little video of all the bales in the field, but by the time I got that far, the customer was right there moving a couple bales so I could finish, and that just didn't happen. So I thought it'd be a little more this year than normal, but 12 bales less than last year. So that's not a good sign. And I've been meaning to show this too. How many cherries you see up there? There was some really nice ripe ones 3 or 4 days ago. And it was still had quite a few, but the birds got them. There's none on the ground, just pits. Gotta love it. Been a long time since I had a cherry, although they haven't got to these yet. They'll be ripe here in another few days. Maybe they won't get them. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. And unfortunately, that poor old tree, it's got to come out of there one of these days before it falls down on something. But we're gonna see if we can. I'd like to have it start off that old tree. Either cut a sucker off and make it grow, or see what it is like to plant a cherry and see what happens. Anyway, Becky was nice and fed for me, and I made it there and made it back. And a quick PSA. If you're following a piece of farm equipment and it turns its turn signal on to turn right, and then it swings left, don't try to pass it. No offense to most people, but most people in Priuses are stupid. And the drum broad realized it when she was about 2 feet from the front tire on that tractor, and the weights were already past the edge of the pavement. Yeah, she had to back up so I could finish getting into the guy's driveway. She looked like she was peeing her pants. Anyway, hope you all had a great Saturday. Hope everybody has a great Sunday, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.